Okay. How many ring
I
body
just thought
language?
of something, Terry, that we use. Okay, let's think about this. The 10 Now we scroll books on our tablets.
Okay. How about she's got way more.
Yes, ma'am. It's in the way at the end, I think. Here. So the question is, in the playbell,
Playbell, get it? Not playbill.
after some of our names, there's an asterisk, and after other names, there's a plus sign. It indicates whether we are board members or a founding member. And we are getting the hook. So this is when I get to my favorite part. Our first piece that we are performing today was composed by our very own Larry Bauer. We are very proud of him. We are very proud to be playing this piece. And he does not like the spotlight. But we make him have the spotlight at the beginning of this piece. So you will see him in the center doing his magic. And then the rest of us will join in with him. So, celebrate, join our party.
Enjoy the show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pine Shores Presbyterian Church. My name is Reverend Alex Evangelista. I am the minister here at Pine Shores. And on behalf of our session, on behalf of the congregation, it is an honor to host this Ring Sarasota show. Here at Pine Shores, we are committed to living out our call to love our God and to love our neighbor. We are excited to have you for Celebrate, Join the Party today with Ring Sarasota, the Gulf Coast premier handbell ensemble. With their passion for playing, these 19 spirited ringers will get your hands clapping. Let's practice that. Yeah, there you go. Your toes tapping. I can kind of hear that. There you go. Well done. As we celebrate, friends, the many holidays and traditions throughout the calendar year. There will also be a 7-minute intermission that is shown in your playbell as well. Just some quick information for you all, friends. If you need to use the restrooms on stage right, meaning your left, if you walk out that hallway, just go all the way down, there will be men and women's restrooms to your left. There's also a water fountain there if you need a water break. If you're looking for an all-gendered bathroom, there are 2 on the sides here. So if you look to your left and then to your right, past the exit sign, there's a little door that you can kind of nook into, and there are bathrooms there as well. I know that one of the things I always like to be reminded of when I go to wonderful shows like this, take a moment, if you haven't already, to silence your cell phones. I do like it when maybe your cell phone has a ring to it and it can maybe be part of the melody, but do take a moment to silence those now. Now, my friends, under the direction of Principal Conductor Rick Holdsworth and Associate Conductor Terry Chapman, we present Ring Sarasota. Put your hands together.
L'chaim, to life. Thank you for joining us as we celebrate our way through the year. We began with a toast to life. Now let's continue the party. There are lots of things to celebrate in January. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Day, National Ring a Bell Day, a favorite of ours, Polar Bear Swim Day, not for us Floridians. Some people even celebrate Dry January, though to my mind that's more like an anti-celebration. But today we're going to celebrate those who were born under the sign of Aquarius. Yep, those creative, independent, unpredictable Aquarians. We will start by telling you what Aquarians are known for.
Hey, announcer dude, did you know that the moon is in the 7th house?
No. Yeah, whatever that means. As I was saying, those born under the sign of Aquarius...
And Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Jupiter? Mars? I'm trying to tell the audience about Aquarians.
Peace is gonna guide the planets.
Well, that's all well and good, but are we talking about Aquarius right now?
And love will steer the stars.
What? What does that even mean? Why are you telling me this?
It means this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius.
The dawning of Aquarius?
Right on, the dawning of Aquarius.
Take a moment to let your minds recover from the psychedelic images Aquarius conjured. Piece of advice: keep at least 1 foot on the floor to stop the spinning. There are 2 celebrations in February that get our attention. There is Mardi Gras with its raucous parties, parades, and of course, colorful beads. There is Valentine's Day. It's a time of candlelit dinners, heart-shaped candy boxes from the drugstore, and depending on your relationship status, watching old romantic comedies while you drink wine by yourself. Remember those teenage years when you just wanted to be loved, or at least asked to the prom by that super cute senior who sat on the other side of the lunchroom? I do. Let me tell you about Todd and what I did for love. He was the star linebacker on the football team. He had dark hair, broad shoulders, and drove a '78 Camaro. It had a T-top, pleather seats, and no seat belts. How awesome is that? I figured if he thought I was into cars, he'd be into me. So I helped him change the oil. I even washed and waxed his car all by myself. He had to see how cool and helpful I was. Surely he would be my Valentine. Surely he would ask me to the prom in May. Oh.
A popular celebration in March is St. Patrick's Day. So why is the colour green associated with St. Patrick's Day? That's not totally clear, but I think it's because St. Patrick is the patron saint of Ireland, which is known as the Emerald Isle. Any of you who have been fortunate enough to visit Ireland will understand how it got its nickname. So many beautiful shades of green. Did you know that St. Patrick was born in a little town that was on the border between Scotland and England? And at the age of 16, he was kidnapped, taken to Ireland, and sold as a slave. After 6 years, he escaped and returned to England to study. Later, he travelled back to Ireland, this time as a missionary to the Celtic people who at that time worshipped things of nature. The Celtic culture continues today in Ireland, Wales, Scotland, England, and France. Music is an important part of that culture, so feel free to dance a jig as we play Celtic Praise.
In the spirit of April Fool's Day,
You have to be,
in the spirit of April Fool's Day,
you have to be odd to be number one.
Whatever you do, always give 100%, unless you're giving blood.
If you think you're too little to make a difference, try sleeping with a mosquito.
When life closes the door, open it. It's a door. That's how they work.
my stomach is flat. The L is just silent.
A day without sunshine is like night.
People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
He who laughs last didn't get it.
I'm such a good cook. Even the smoke alarm cheers me on.
When the weather cancels your performance, sing in the rain.
And now we come to May, and we're celebrating an infamous rite of passage. That terrifying, often dreaded, must-be-endured event of all of our teenage years, the prom. These days, a group of BFFs just rent a limo and go have a great time together. But we all remember our long-ago reality. As our girl Kathy puts it,
back in my day, the prom was more stressful than completing college applications. Girls wondered if they would be graced with an invitation or, heaven forbid, get asked by the wrong guy. Guys worried whether the girl they asked would actually accept. You had to have a date and you had to go. There was just no socially acceptable way around it. Then there was the dress. You wanted to be sexy, but Mom said, no way. You wanted that beautiful sequin number you saw hanging in the store window, but Mom said, too expensive. You ended up going in the home-sewn hand-me-down from your older sister. Yeah, life was hard.
and remember all those staple prom hits? In the 50s, you had Great Balls of Fire and Love Me Tender. But don't dance too close on that last one. In the 60s, it was Respect and Twist and Shout with that gyrating dance that your mom did not approve of. The 70s brought us Dancing Queen and Disco Inferno and everyone's favorite slow dance, Color My World. Can't you just picture those hip-hugging, sky blue tuxes? Today we're going back to the 80s and a movie and song that was written about teenagers finding their freedom and self-expression through the forbidden act of dancing. It's been a prom staple ever since. And by the way, remember back in February what Sarah did for love? Hoping that her dream guy Todd would ask her to prom? Well, he did, but he stood her up.
1, 2, 3, and everybody clap, everybody clap. 1, 2, everybody clap, everybody clap. 1, 2.
Celebrate. Join the party. That's our invitation to you today. Sounds pretty joyful, but not always. Celebration of life, memorial, funeral, all of these serve as a remembrance of those who have lost their lives. The death may be a result of old age, illness, or tragically, from what has become all too familiar, violence. This piece is dedicated to people who have been killed and injured in what they thought was a safe haven, a nightclub, a mall, a school, a church. It is also dedicated to you and me because a little bit of us dies every time we hear of another shooting or bombing on the news. As we struggle with these emotions, we offer this prayer. God, open our hearts to understand the other side of issues and have more compassion for those who live differently from us or who have different opinions than ours. In these unsettling times, we pray for peace among our families, neighbors, communities, and nations. Amen. This is a prayer for the innocents all across the world.
Before we continue with the second half of the show this afternoon, as this is the finale of our 15th season, I have a few acknowledgments I would have passed on, and I have a few notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. First off, I would like to thank our fine percussionist. He hides in this back corner, Scott Blum. We're glad to have him with us again, and he's already signed up for next season. Yes. We also, we have a person that we have along with us that is we call the muscles of the group. He's the one that helps us load and unload the U-Haul. Yes, all this stuff barely fits in a U-Haul truck every time we go on the road. He's not only our muscles on the U-Haul, he's our audio-video engineer. He's in the back of the room making all the audio, all the video work. Addison Hamill. Thank you. I would also take an opportunity for any of the business and personal sponsors and people that help support our group that may be here. The names are listed in our playbill. Thank you for your continued support of this organization. Your funds help us continue doing what we do. Thank you. This afternoon we have a special guest with us. We are Ring Sarasota. We are part of a larger organization called Handbell Musicians of America. The executive director of Handbell Musicians of America, Linda Onorevoli, is here with us this evening. There she is. Thank you, Linda, for being here. As we close this season, I have to think back. 16 summers ago, I had a wild, crazy idea. Why don't we start a community group, audition some folk, to do some music that advanced ringers wouldn't get an opportunity to ring at their home church, and or music that, not only the music, you wouldn't want to do some of this music in worship on Sunday morning, maybe in your church, but not at most. 11 people answered that ad. 11 people auditioned for the group. One of those, Kathy Hayes, has been continuously with us since that point. That first year, we had no music. We had no equipment. We're thankful for Pine Shores allowing us to borrow theirs until we raise funds to get our own. Through the time, others joined us. Some have come with us, some has left, some they come, they go, they come back. Several have come back. But this organization that you see up here today couldn't be what it is without the alumni that helped us get to this point. The alumni that are with us, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you so much. Hard to believe that we've come this far. And finally, we need to thank Pine Shores Presbyterian Church, their pastor Alex, their session, their staff. For the 15 seasons we've been here, and it's continuing on, they have allowed us use of their rehearsal space, their storage space. They've given us a home. And they've allowed us to be here this afternoon and present our show to you. We are so blessed and thankful for Pine Shores Presbyterian Church. Thank you so much. And finally, you may have seen as you came in, there were some tables set up with some yummy goodies on them. They are for everybody that's attending today. We are celebrating this finale of our 15th season with a reception afterwards. You are all cordially invited to attend with us. Thank you for being here. On with the show.
Welcome back to our celebration. The party continues. July, as we all know, brings one of our country's favorite celebrations, Independence Day. Our director, Rick, loves this holiday. Every year he hosts a giant 4th of July picnic where we all eat cheese and crackers, or should I say firecrackers, make popcorn, eat popsicles, and drink Liberty. Later we play flag football and do the Independence. Yep, if you want a lot of bang for your buck, you don't want to miss that celebration. Patriotic tunes are easy to find, but among the most known is the famous Stars and Stripes March. This John Philip Sousa piece is a must-play at all Independence Day concerts and always conjures up a lot of flag-waving, patriotic feeling. So today, even though we're playing this on handbells, you'll feel like you're watching that marching band come down the parade route. You'll hear that big brass sound as it comes rolling along. See those piccolos piping away, and you'll want to fall in and march along with us.
August, the 8th month of the Gregorian calendar, named for the first Roman emperor, Augustus Caesar. He went on to establish Caesar's Palace Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. But I digress. We're here to celebrate. What is there to celebrate in the lovely, hot month of August? Well, there's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, but that's every day as far as I'm concerned. We celebrate the start of a new school year, along with the new shoes and new fashions it brings. I choose to celebrate my friend Jeremiah. I met Jerry in the Everglades, where I took up nature watching after Todd ditched me at the prom. Jeremiah was a good friend of mine. I spent a lot of time with him in the swamp. Some people say I spent too much time in there. We drank some mighty fine wine. We sang Joy to the World. We sang it to all the boys and the girls. We sang it to the fishes in the deep blue sea. We sang it to the rainbow riders. And we sang it to you and to me. Did I mention Jeremiah was a bullfrog? Whoa, that wine was mighty fine.
Fall is my favorite time of year. One of the things I miss most about living up north is the autumn leaves. My grandmother was an elementary school teacher in Fort Myers, and we used to send her a box of fallen leaves every year to share with her students. My sister and I would scour the yard looking for the prettiest leaves we could find. I love the smell of fallen leaves when I go for a walk, or when, as kids, we would rake the leaves into one giant pile, and then, we'd jump right in. If you spent any time up north during that time of year, you know exactly the smell that I'm talking about. I love the sound fallen leaves make when you step on them. To this day, when I'm back up north in the fall and I see a patch of leaves on the ground, I turn into a little kid and shuffle through them just to get that crunching sound. I have this distinct memory of being in our front yard as a kid with my sister, and we were trying to catch leaves as they fell out of the air. Sometimes there would be a few falling here and there, and then suddenly they would all fall, hundreds of leaves coming down all at once. I always found it beautiful when leaves were falling. They are magical, those autumn leaves.
A ghost story for October. The shortcut through the cornfield tempts you as you're walking home. The clouds above keep the moon concealed as you enter the swaying corn alone. The corn grows tall and thick, my friend. The path you chose is muddy. It grows in rows without scope or end, and in the dark you hurry. You don't see the standing forms as you pass them on your way. They stand still among the swaying corn, which hides their pallor and decay. Hundreds gather in this field tonight, though you see none at all. Yet still you look around in fright. But the corn grows too thick, too tall. You tell yourself as you continue through, well, it's merely the rustling of the leaves. But they see you, and they hear you, and they might not let you leave. Who you gonna call?
So, back in May, we celebrated prom season by dancing to Footloose. Now we have another dance tune for you. This one was written back in 1848. Yes, 175 years ago. And it was written as a religious dance by an elder in a Shaker church in Maine. Wait, there were religious dances in America 175 years ago? Yes. This religious sect got their name because they were shaking Quakers, and they believed in dance as a part of their worship. Contrary to what our parents thought, that dancing leads to sex, those dancing Shakers practiced celibacy. So it's not surprising to learn that there are only 2 Shakers left in the U.S. today. But what does this tune have to do with November? This is a time when families gather for Thanksgiving. Young and old come together, and differences are set aside so that everyone can celebrate our bountiful lives. The original lyrics of this tune remind us of why we are thankful. 'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight.
Hi, this is Sarah, CEO of Sarah's Global Industries Incorporated. Please leave your message after the beep.
Hi, Sarah. This is Todd. I found your profile and number on LinkedIn. Do you remember me from back in high school? Anyway, I wanted to say that I'm really sorry that I ditched you for prom, and I hope that you'll forgive me. And hey, my Uncle Gray is having a birthday party at his farm this weekend. You know, they sing all the songs that you love to sing, and they already have the chestnuts. There'll be coffee and pumpkin pie, and oh, he's letting me use his one-horse open sleigh. It doesn't go as fast as my old Camaro, but it's supposed to be lovely weather. We could go together if you want. I'm just picturing you, Sarah. Your cheeks would be all rosy, and we'd be all comfy and cozy, snuggled up together like two birds of a feather. So I'm just saying, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Thank you for joining the party. We hope you enjoyed our 15th anniversary celebration. With our final number, we celebrate a party we all share. Birthdays!
That's all, folks. Thank you for coming. Come enjoy the reception.